whoa! Hold your horses there. They're killing off Wolverine. What? He has no powers. Who the hell is Archie? Archie? They're killing off Archie. You see, this is why people new into the comics can get a grip of what the hell is happening. Hello Internet, I hope you have had an awesome day. My name is Yardomagia, also known as Heavy Rain, and I welcome you to this safe space when I analyze and talk about opinions and what is happening around the world and in terms of entertainment, video games, comics, or I just find myself thinking about what the hell is happening over there, and I don't want to sound like a douche. Or at least try to not sound like a douche. Please stay what? Never mind. So, recently, I've been trying to go out and understand a little bit more about the comic world. I've been trying to find out myself, trying to see what is happening in the comic world. DC, Marvel, I don't really mind which one is the best or the worst, but apparently people really knows what company is actually treating well their own characters or their own IPs. And I'm fine with that, and I'm trying to actually branch away from what it's like Batman or the mainstream stuff. I'm no hipster and all that, but there's some good things about trying to find out, like maybe trying to read again the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I even read the My Little Pony comics, and surprisingly enough, they have enough mature content in it, so hidden. They're like, how the hell the editors got away with that? So I don't really know. It's kind of baffling. But going a little bit more into this is the news, the characters being killed off just like cattle, and all these changes in different kind of universes. New 52, the 52, Infinite Crisis, and everything that is pre-crisis. It's kind of crazy for someone like me who is just getting into the comic book world. Understand what's happening with these characters we grew up with. I'm 26 years old. But unfortunately, from where I am, trying to find comics wasn't that easy during my time, during when I was young. So the only thing I really know about X-Men, Batman, or even Superman was from the cartoons, was for what I saw on TV. And for me, it was kind of baffling to even get the news like a few days or weeks later on that Marvel or DC kill off one of their iconic characters. For me, the death of Superman 1, I knew about it like less than 10 or 5 years ago. I think it's more like 5 years ago that they kill off Superman, like years ago. Like, when did this happen? When this thing happened? Why they decided to go? I hope it was amazing. And I saw the death and return of Superman. Amazing video and all, and saw all the flaws and all the context that basically the death of Superman broke dead in the comic era, because these characters now were being able to be killed off like cattle. They were just gone. Like, there was no meaning to them sometimes. Death was not meaning. People's characters, even same personalities from that characters were coming back. There's like tons of Flash, tons of Batmans like Team Drake, Bruce Wayne and all that. And for someone like me who's new into the context of that, it's kind of hard to follow up, even with the old kind of multiverses that, one multiverse, if that character dies, it's dead. Or if that hero is dead, it's completely dead. It is hard enough for me to find out. And also, I have found out myself that now comics doesn't have that. The suspension of disbelief, it's gone completely, because everywhere you go and read the plot, or at least they tell you like, we're gonna kill off this character, or somebody's gonna die on this character because of this and all that, and there's no longer that surprise. I found out, like when I play a video game now, sometimes you don't really know what's gonna happen to that character or to your surroundings until you played it on its fullest, and you say, or like a game of like Mass Effect, where your decisions actually affect the outcome. Things like that, even in the comic book world, back in the day when there's no internet at all, I think it was the same surprise for you to handle out, to see that this iconic character just bite the dust. That at least some of them were killed off, like apparently, like because they had to kill them off, like with no heroic going, or at least I follow Linkara's some of his videos and all, and I follow his philosophy of that if you have to kill off some hero, at least they have to go fight and all. Like I think they did with Supergirl on Crisis Infinite Earth, something like that. Unfortunately, my knowledge of comics is super limited, so no pun intended. So, on that. Now, going back a little bit more about the death and not return of heroes and this is that now we see that they announced that somebody's gonna kill it, like a high character is gonna be killed off on that. So recently it has been Archie and Wolverine, who for me is surprising that like they're gonna kill off Archie, even somebody that hasn't read much about comics, at least knows a little bit more about Archie. That at least who's Archie and all, and the gang and all. It's like so. But my big question is more like, why do we have to know like months before? I know they want to make like a build up to that, but why announce immediately that a major character is gonna die? Why not be surprised by it? Like, so like somebody's reading out like, holy shit, they kill off this character, and he went all like all badass. Like, wow, like at least giving like a meaning to the dead. Like at least bring back the suspicion of belief and make like the writers and whoever is reading this comics get a little bit more impressed of what is happening. But right now it's kind of hard to see. Like I was talking about comics a few days ago with one of my friends, and there was they announced that Wolverine's gonna be killed off. And I'm like, oh, they're gonna kill off Wolverine? Okay, but they suddenly start telling like he has no superpowers, he's no longer like a mutant, he has like stuff that stripped down the character completely changed, and I'm like, why are you announcing the death of this character? Like, why shouldn't be like announced, like at least known on blogs, or if you read the comic announced like, oh, they kill off this character very well. Like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. It's stuff for expecting now, it's no longer available, and maybe for new people like me it will be easier to know because we're not into it a little bit and we want to explore more comics, like maybe Miss Marvel, I think it's now _ Miss Marvel. I would like to actually read a little bit of Miss Marvel. I have heard great things about it and I'm more impressed with that. So, but there's no longer a surprise with this. Even if we go to books like Game of Thrones or in the video games like Mass Effect, you know that maybe a character is gonna die, but at least they try to talk a little bit more about that death. Like if it was a betrayal, at least if it's the betrayal around it, you at least get like to the point, like there's like a small build up to it. Or if it's a surprise that you know there's somebody's gonna die, but at least if you're like, oh damn, they kill that character like that, bummer, and then you're like, and some characters are like, oh no, I didn't really want that character to die. At least you try to love that character, to have that connection. But in comics, I don't feel that there's no longer that kind of respect for that, like respect for the characters, or at least try to connect or giving a meaning to their sacrifice, or if they are killed off, at least having like a meaning to that. So maybe it's just me, but I think like comic books are art. They're basically art. They're panel arts that showcase stories of this superhuman beings that at least, or very intelligent people that helps us escape a little bit from reality. So why not try to actually give them a bit of respect on that, or at least if something is gonna be, if someone really going to be killed, at least keep it like that, because every time somebody is killed off later on, like 6 months later, he's alive or anything, like show more consistency with that. Like make us believe that if they kill off Superman's dead for the next 10 years. I know that money will be affected, but at least try to surround that, like make it a little bit more surprising of that. Like they kill off an more important character, Captain America for example, and just make it stay like that. So I don't know. We have to actually go back to believing in the writers, in the writing on that. And readers, I think we have to mature a little bit and just enjoy what they give us. So What do you guys think? Do you think that death and plots should be like try to be disclosed at the minimum, even if it's in spoilerific stuff or even in blogs from major companies? Let me know. Maybe it's just me who's just getting into comics, but who knows? Maybe I'll understand or know how it is. So, comment, discuss, video response. We'll be talking about it next time. I'm Gerardo Media, also known as Hybrid Rain. See you guys later on because I want to play Child of Light. Possible review.